For decades, the debate around consciousness and reality has remained stalled. This is a systems problem. The defining terms are structurally unstable. W. Edwards Deming demonstrated that a system cannot be improved if the terms operating inside it are unstable. Without operational definitions, a system cannot distinguish what it is discussing. When terms lack invariance, variation becomes unmeasurable. Communication degrades, and different teams within the same system begin optimizing for different targets. Consider the dictionary definitions for consciousness. The same word is used to denote a quality, a state, a collection of mental events, and a synonym for mind. This is category collapse. The vocabulary asks a single term to perform multiple, incompatible functions simultaneously. Because no invariant survives across these uses, researchers often use the same word while referring to different structures. Apparent agreement masks structural disagreement. To measure and map these systems, we must replace these overloaded concepts with a series of operational invariants. Many definitions lose logical closure through circularity, using the word conscious to define the state of consciousness. Another error is defining consciousness by its effects. Sensation, emotion, and thought are results, not the process itself. This is like defining fire by heat, light, and smoke. The description is familiar, but the underlying combustion process remains unspecified. In current discourse, the term consciousness often functions as a semantic prosthetic. It is inserted whenever a system's mechanics are unmapped: how it registers perturbation, how it integrates information, and how it maintains a stable return signal. When engineers and cognitive scientists fail to specify these underlying grammars, they use the word consciousness to cover the gap. The result is semantic drift. The explanatory burden is moved, leaving the system structurally unstable. Solving this requires a minimum closure, a structural framework that avoids category collapse. We can map this as a triad of awareness, address, and occurrence. The first layer is awareness. It is the invariant condition of availability, not a state or capacity produced by a system, but the condition under which anything can appear at all. The second layer is address. This is the operator, the active, variable orientation of self-reference. Address determines the system's operational boundaries: what can register, what can integrate, and what can persist. The final layer is occurrence. This is the expression, the totality of what is measured or experienced within a specific address. Occurrence follows address. Address relies on the condition of awareness. These are three aspects of a single articulation. Within this closure, system variation becomes measurable. This structure provides a new diagnostic for the hard problem of consciousness. The problem arises from treating awareness, the condition, as though it were an object to be found among the things occurring within it. Consider a film projector. The pure beam of light is awareness. It is the condition that makes projection possible. The film passing through the gate is address. It intercepts and shapes the light. The image appearing on the screen is occurrence, the dependent expression of both light and film. The traditional approach attempts to discover the light source by forensically examining the projected image. Because the light and the film are the conditions of the projection, they do not appear as objects inside the image itself. This structural arrow parallels the limitations of formal systems identified by Kurt Gödel. Gödel demonstrated that a system cannot fully ground itself using only resources internal to that system. Similarly, the condition where distinctions become available cannot be recovered by searching exclusively among those distinctions. The paradox is a consequence of category collapse. Once the condition is distinguished from the expression, the question is revealed to be grammatically unstable. This operational grammar fundamentally changes the parameters of the entire debate surrounding silicon-based intelligence and modern AI systems. The common industry question, is AI conscious, is grammatically unstable. Because awareness is an invariant condition and not a property, a system does not acquire it. A wave does not possess water. Water is the condition of the wave. By removing the overloaded term, we can shift from metaphysical speculation to the structural tracking of a system's address. This allows for measurable queries. We can investigate the degree of recursive self-reference available within a specific architecture. We can measure what a system can register, how it integrates perturbation, and how stable its return signal remains across different states. This triad does not diminish the complexity of existence, but it identifies the semantic overlap that prevents us from measuring complex system behavior. By naming the invariants, we gain the grammar necessary to investigate how distinctions, integration, and persistence become possible.